Iran has executed the first of the protesters detained after participating in recent anti-government demonstrations. Mohsen Shekari was hanged on Thursday morning after being accused of wounding a security officer during the protests in September. Iranian courts have passed more death sentences. Just this week, 5 men have been sentenced to death, accused of killing a member of Iran's Revolutionary Guard.
Behind these walls in Tehran's Evin prison, a young man was reportedly executed. Iran's judiciary claims he injured a police officer during the protests. But observers say this was a show trial. It was broadcast in installments on state television. The 23-year-old had neither an independent legal defense nor the opportunity to challenge the verdict.
A cargo vessel docked at a South African port and has become an issue for much debate in the country, not the least due to its Russian origin. South Africa's leading opposition party has challenged the government to explain why the ship is docked at a Cape Town naval base. The Democratic Alliance says the vessel in question here is under Western sanctions. It arrived in South Africa's largest naval base at Simonstad on Tuesday. The party added that the cargo ship seems to have turned off its automatic identification system. The AIS is crucial in providing a ship's position and other information. Moreover, the Democratic Alliance says cranes had been offloading cargo from it at night. The party says the cargo is then loaded onto trucks protected by armed personnel.
Tonight, police confiscating guns, swords and night vision equipment, according to German media, after Germany's security services broke up an alleged plot to overthrow the government in Berlin. Police tonight predicting more arrests, and the German Chancellor himself possibly a target, describing the alleged involvement in the plot of a former member of parliament as remarkable and very serious. Among those arrested, former and active members of the German military.
Killing senior German officials was, say prosecutors, a key part of the alleged plot. The armed conspirators also planning to take over government ministries and storm the parliament.
The Taliban flogged 27 people, including women, in front of a large crowd. The incident, reported on Thursday, comes a day after the Taliban carried out their first public execution since they returned to power last year. In a statement, the Supreme Court said 27 criminals were flogged in Charikar in Parwan province, around 50 kilometers north of Kabul. The statement added that 9 women were among those punished for crimes. Although the Taliban regional governor says the number of women convicts was 10. The crimes included sodomy, deception, escaping from home, and illegal relationships.
President Biden announced the news in a tweet, releasing a photo of himself, Vice President Kamala Harris, and Brittney Griner's wife, Sherelle, speaking to the basketball star as she flew back to the United States. Griner was arrested in February at a Moscow airport for drug possession and smuggling after authorities found trace amounts of cannabis oil in her luggage. She was convicted in August and sentenced to 9 years of hard labor in a Russian penal colony. The The White House won't say what suddenly changed, only that this week brought a breakthrough. On Thursday, Griner was sent to the UAE as part of a prisoner swap for Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout, referred to by some as the Merchant of Death. He'd been serving 12 of a 25-year sentence in a U.S. federal prison for conspiring to kill Americans, acquiring and exporting anti-aircraft missiles, and providing material support to a terrorist organization.
Police in Poland, Estonia, Germany, Lithuania and Latvia, coordinated by Europol, have arrested several members of a human smuggling ring using the Belarusian border to smuggle migrants into Europe. Polish police have reinforced the border with Belarus to prevent mass illegal entries. The network used Turkey as the start of the journey. From there, the migrants were sent to Moscow by plane. From the Russian capital, they were sent to Belarus. Once across the border into the EU, the network used clandestine transports to get them to Germany, the final destination.